Welcome to the Politricks Watch. This is Sir P. Now, today I'm going to be talking about the ongoing SSL saga. That's the Scam Stocks Limited. The people who run the company got blocked from pulling off a certain tactic where if they need to get away with it, let's just say this thing would be much more spooky than it already is. Next thing I'm going to talk about is due to them called Q. Now, I did a video on him recently. He's been arrested. I'm going to talk about it and the Klansman trial because it all tied to each other. Before we go any further, for a Patreon birthday shout out to Jeff C. Now, the birthday was actually yesterday, right, but as you know, I didn't drop a video. And even if I did, right, I couldn't add it anyway because the message was sent over late. Patreon squad had to send advance warning, not a couple hours before the day or on the day. Advanced warning. For Jeff C, hope you had a great day, right? Hope you enjoy yourself. Sorry say you couldn't drop on the birthday, but one of them things there. Big up yourself and thanks for the continued support. See? Bless up. We can move into the video. The government blocked SSL from doing what them call a voluntary wind-up. But when they say wind-up, them not talk about the little, you remember the little toy they used to wind up the back? And then the foot then start move. They're not talking about that. Right. They're talking about an attempt to liquidate the company. It look like the government got tipped off and they move quickly and block it. Very interesting. By the way, the 10-day deadline that you see in both team give them, that ends today. So we're going to see what happens, right, in terms of that. Now, assuming UCN doesn't get a massive check for $12 million, right, we're about to see a very long and drawn out legal process start. Even this whole liquidating company thing, right, this will help them in their impending legal battle with UCN because remember, the company, right, is seen as a separate entity from the directors, right, but man want bail ship, man want jump overboard, jump in a little escape canoe, right, and get away. Now the government actually step in and we're going to see how this play out. I want you to understand now. You want to watch show and you see like, police are come, right, and the Diet Coke boss flush some of the Diet Coke in a toilet, grab the cash, jump on his bike and try to get away. This is the corporate version of that. Why are people who have nothing to do with the massive fraud that took place in Scam Stocks Limited acting like this? I mean, if I sell chicken, right, let's say I have a business called PFC. If I sell chicken and one of my staff get caught, right, in a multi-billion-dollar chicken scam, right, government come in and say they're going to investigate, right, the chicken business. Right. Why would I try and hurry up and shut down PFC? Why am I shut down my company? Why am I try to liquidate my company? Right. Why am I do a voluntary wind-up? Right. Is this single rogue staff involved in this? Remember, if this is just a rogue staff acting alone, I am not shutting down PFC. I'm not liquidating my company. As a matter of fact, I'm helping to lead the investigation. When time I'm done, right, I wonder if I work for Mocha. Right, I do my own investigation. But then I leave it to the police because I want to know who in my business. Right? I sell chicken on the side. Right? Because they rob me, they rob my client, and them damage the company's reputation. Me the front and center, me not try to shut down nothing. Right. People want to write lawsuits, say them have 10 days, may I write one too? I mean them actions louder than words. Though for the people them you barely hear nothing from them, some of them hear nothing at all. Right, but this action right there so, them not have to say nothing more. Now the Minister of Finance, Nigel Clark, have him first real test in front of him. Right. His first big test. Normally the most pressure in commander is like public sector wages dispute or something like that. Right. But this one is a real bombshell. Now, blocking the wind-up of SSL was a strong move, but this is just the start of the ball game. Right. I hope people don't think say trophy are under out yet. I hope people don't think say, this is it, the game win. Right. This is like scoring in the first 10 minutes of a football game and then you walk off of the pitch boy and collect trophy. Where you go? 80 minutes still left in the game. Because you have to keep your eye open at all times. Remember, so at this level, even when certain things look like a victory, it could be a sneaking defeat. We're talking about big leagues. Remember that we're talking about 116 level. We're not talking about your favorite 87 from down the road who shoots mad in a broad daylight and go up on the corner and go brag about it. This right here, so we're talking about webs, we're talking about entanglement, we're talking about deception, we're talking about unconventional methods. So we keep a close eye on any and everything. Next thing we want to know is what is going to happen to the dozens of people and the not so well known people who also lose their money in SSL. We still not hear much about them. As me say, I understand you saying he's a superstar here, so, but we not hear much about them. But maybe things are going behind the scene. And also, what kind of repercussions the many big wigs them who oversee the SSL circus are going to face. You cannot want to turn up and collect awards when things are good. And when things go disastrous, right? You just want to scoot away, right? And say no one go on. No. And it work. So what about questions out there? Many of the evidence seen so far is almost elementary level. By that I mean say, Gene Panton leave a clear paper trail. Like a very obvious paper trail. Typical fall guy or girl. Right? It's almost, it's so easy that it's almost too easy. You don't need to be a police officer to trail this. Anybody who has ever held a smartphone, right, could have looked on this and say, alright, them see where this I come from and they see move away. So I tell them, say, the big wigs them now will get catch looking on the basic paper trail. Nowadays, there are far more sophisticated ways to hide money that even the US feds struggle to find and get back. This is how many Russians and Iranians, etc., when time you see them get put on sanctions, right, then bypass US sanctions. Uncle Sam did a dig and can't find nothing. Right. In other case, man just look 2 times and say, oh, it's Gene and Panton there. Right. Case closed, no case not closed yet. But I imagine, right, it's going to involve some form of intel, right, as in, people saying what I'm going to work with until you know this full thing go. But let's be realistic here, so. What are the chances that Gene and Panton, right, is going to start call some big weak name? It's hard enough convincing people to testify against a clansman. Imagine trying to convince somebody to turn and testify against a big wig, against a 116. That's going to be a hell of a task. But we can see what come out I know. Maybe she's the only one who fall upon the sword, and that's where the celebrations happen and people say yes, justice is served. Maybe. But we'll see. Now, we can move on. The year started off well for murders so far. You see a major reduction in murders the first 2 weeks. Then it went on to the first 3 weeks. I expect the same to continue for the first month out of the year. But then I realized it was during this reduction in murders that this SSL saga bust. When you notice that? You see, I bet your favorite big wigs them upset some murders drop. Because when people are running for a gunshot all the time, look what go on in a banking and in a stocks and in a securities. So I know say your favorite big wigs them are fast and pray and hope say, right, the whole of the clansman them bust the case touch back the road and all hell broke loose in a St. Catherine now. That way people can't too busy running for a gunshot, right, to pay attention to them and them scamming. Speaking about the trial, we see the judge carrying out some summations, right, but we don't hear the verdict yet. If you want to have an idea of what could potentially happen if them want to touch back the road, just look on the one that may get Lego already. Case in point, Q. Q, right, bust the case, the same clansman case, touch back the road, right, be a chaos. Recently I did a video on him, showing how he might chase people to them yard. Imagine 20 or more people like you touch back the road. 20 other people who Not only have man on the road that wait for kill them, but them want to kill man as them touch road. And even want to kill themselves. There are people on the trial right now, right, who since being arrested, right, and being a part of anti-gang have become enemies and can't wait to touch back the road, right, settle them score because they can't do it now because they're in custody, right, them in a jail, them they're on trial, right, man of war and them they're on trial. They get locked up as a single gang unit, but while being in jail, man split up and do them own thing, right, fall out and want to kill man. Man say you're disloyal, man say nah give them this, all kind of madness. So as I say, Q has been arrested, so it's going to be interesting to see what this means for bedbugs, who will quote unquote take over, if somebody take over. You see, I wish the local media or the proper journalists would highlight these cases more, so people realize the fact that the same man them, right, I carry out the murders and the shootings. This minority of 87 is committing the majority of the murders. Make the people them say Q just come off of anti-gang, touch back the road, start killing again, and now he's back in custody. And if the local media don't want to cover it, then the JCF can put out their own press release too. To show the people them say the same gunman them will not chase over and over and over. Right? And that's why the justice system, the legal system, need to play a feed part in helping take the money off of the road. Right? Police can't only lock up, man. Police don't convict, man. Anyway, Patreon squad, big up on yourself. Yeah, you don't know, more life. Ultra squad, stay circling. Bless.